episode of Hi Events. Today we are at Joseph Fraser as they celebrate their 100th anniversary. It's quite special to be here, and also let's see how the event goes on. With you. Mr. Manil, how do you feel about today's 100th year celebration?
Well, I feel quite proud as the chairman of the Joseph Fraser Trust to celebrate 100 years in anything is I think a big thing. I think to celebrate 100 years of a nursing home which has been caring for the people of Sri Lanka continuously, I might add, at the same premises, it's a very momentous occasion.
And also, what do you feel about the next step for after 100 years?
Well, I mean, we had a bit of a transition in March, the management which was earlier in existence at this premises. And at that time, I spoke to Shamal Pereira, who's the Group Managing Director of Access. And he was quite positive in taking the next steps with regard to Joseph Fraser. And that's how Joseph Fraser Ninewells came into being. So I think we are positioned quite well as Ninewells being the premier institution when it comes to children and women's health in Sri Lanka. I think Joseph Fraser will be the place to have your, child or bring your child to.
I have Mr. Taranga Veerasurya with me, the General Manager of Joseph Fraser. How do you feel about today's celebration, celebrating 100 years? I'm pretty sure it's a massive achievement for all of you all.
Yes, certainly yes. And today's celebration was the 100-year celebration of Joseph Fraser Hospital. Was established in 1923 in memory of Joseph Fraser by late Joseph Fraser's wife and his family members. And we are celebrating the 100 years today by issuing a commemorative stamp to mark the occasion, as well as the celebrations were done with the patronage of His Excellency the President Ranil Wickremesinghe being attended as the chief guest of today's occasion.
Now, to formally welcome you all this evening, we warmly invite Mr. Manilal Fernando, Management Trustee, Joseph Fraser Ninewells.
I am very happy to welcome His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe, President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. I am deeply grateful to His Excellency for having accepted my invitation and for having come here today in spite of all his busy schedules, especially with all the things he has to do to restructure our country's debt. So I am very, very grateful to you for finding time to come for events like this, which is what will move the economy to the future. Joseph Fraser has a history of 100 years. It was established in 1923, not by Joseph Fraser, but by his wife. I don't think anywhere in Sri Lanka or in the neighborhood will you find a place like this for gynecology and obstetrics and pediatrics. It is a boutique garden hospital. And I'm happy that Ninewells has realized the true value of it and is looking to a good future. I will thank the Philatelic Bureau, all the personnel, the staff of Ninewells and staff of Joseph Fraser.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in marking this vibrant century of continued dedication and service to our community's health and well-being of Joseph Fraser, we will be unveiling a commemorative stamp.
Joseph Fraser Hospital, actually it's not a hospital, it's an institution. an institution which is now commemorating its centenary. It was started by Joseph Fraser. The Frasers are well-known clans of Scotland, and Joseph Fraser came down here. He did planting at a time when tea was just being introduced. I think Pitakanda estate, amongst others, was what he engaged in, and he passed away in Sri Lanka. The difference between him and the other planters were that he or his wife decided that they'll leave a memorial for Sri Lanka. This is the country he worked in, and this is the country that he built up. So unlike other hundreds of planters who planted here, who many of them who made their profits here, he ensured that there was something left behind by his family, and that is the Joseph Fraser Hospital. This hospital is the envy of everyone, especially of males who never have a hospital like this. This is one advantage that you females have, and a high standard that has been kept. You come in at a time and you leave. I have come here many times to see patients, and then you leave. Whether you are minister or doesn't matter, you come and you go off. And I think it's something for all of us to be proud of. And as Manilal said, this institution has to be maintained. And I think there's no one better than Sumal to take this over. You've already started with the Ninewells, and you come here. It's a good example of what we have and what we can do. And I hope these hospitals in Sri Lanka can not only cater to the Sri Lankans, but also to foreigners, to others. When you look at it, you don't know whether it's a hotel or whether it's a hospital, whether you should come here for a weekend or whether you should come and visit someone. But that's the way it should be. That high standard is necessary. If you are going to get foreign patients in the country, we want medical tourism and the health services to be of the highest standard. So this is a good example of the standards we are required. So thank you very much. I must thank the Board of Trustees for the work we've done and wish all the best to the Joseph Fraser Hospital.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ranil Wickramasinghe, President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka.
I have Mr. Shamal Pereira with me, the Director of Access Group. Mr. Shamal, how do you feel about today's event? I mean, it's extremely beautiful to see 100 years of celebration. How do you feel about this occasion?
We're very proud to have partnered with Joseph Fraser Nursing Home. Access entered the medical caregiving sector in 2015 with Ninewells, and today to take over the responsibility of such a beautiful facility and such a lot of history makes us very, very proud.
And also talking about the tourism side, what are your thoughts on it?
We live in a beautiful country with beautiful people with a warm smile. We have some of the best medical professionals within our country, so it's just a wonderful opportunity for us to promote medical tourism. We've seen that become very popular in the region, and there is no reason why Sri Lanka shouldn't be one of the main tourism hubs for medical care.
I have Dr. Tiasha Fernando with me, Director of Joseph Fraser Ninewells. How do you feel about this occasion today?
The occasion has gone really very well and very well organized. I'm very proud of the team today.
Also, Doctor, can you tell us about the refurbishment at Joseph Fraser Ninewells?
Yes, in order to provide the best possible care for our patients here, Joseph Fraser, together with the Ninewells management, undertook a comprehensive refurbishment project, mainly focusing on the patient rooms. The patient rooms have been redone to preserving the colonial look and feel of this property in order to provide the utmost comfort to the patients and the whole family as well. The kind of interior designs that we've used here kind of pay tribute to the Sri Lankan colonial architecture. So the artwork that we've used, the furniture we've used, kind of really creates quite a unique hospital experience for our customers. And also, I would like to say that Joseph Fraser does not fall short in terms of the medical facilities available here as well. It has two operating theatres and 3 labour rooms that are right next to each other. And we've also set up a blood bank, a high dependency unit and an NICU facility. So the nurses here are very well trained and they are well equipped to manage any emergency.
I have Professor Hemantha Senanayake with me. Professor, how do you feel about today's occasion? I'm pretty sure you've been with Joseph Fraser Ninewells for a very long time. You mentioned 30 years. How do you feel about the 100th year anniversary celebration today?
Yes, I thank you for interviewing me and asking for my views. And I really thought this ceremony today was very elegant and it's really special. And 100 years of service to the public is fantastic. I really think that Joseph Fraser is a unique hospital, and we have always provided care of a very high quality. I think the nursing care is really fantastic, and there are a lot of testimonies on that. And really, I think this is a unique, beautiful place, and I'm really so fortunate to have been working here for the past 30 years.
And that brings us to a closing note of the 100th anniversary of Joseph Fraser Ninewells. Stay tuned on our next Hi events as we bring another exclusive episode to you.